I was born and brought up in a loving Punjabi family, and I had an older brother. I grew up in a very religious family, and we did things as a family, but I never really knew why I did what I did. It was mainly because I was brought up doing it, and there was no meaning to it. As I was growing up, a couple of questions used to always ring in my mind. What next? That was a big question as to why am I here? What is life all about? What's gonna happen after I die? And what is the purpose for me to live now? And I know I was young, I was just 16, but I had these questions in my mind because I knew there was something more to life. Life, as I became a teenager, it got different. I started having a lot of questions in my mind. I had issues that I had to start dealing with, and I knew I had this friend I could call. And one thing she would always tell me is, you know what? I'll pray for you, and my God will answer. And that kind of got me thinking, what confidence? How could she be so sure that her God would answer, and how is she so possessive about her God? And I would call her in times of need, and she would just say, okay, you know what, I'm just going to pray for you. I took it as just a casual conversation and just went on. But I knew that something of what she did for me and did make a difference to my life. She invited me over for a camp. I went, and like I said, life was good for me. It wasn't really, oh my God, it was just a big question mark because I was seeking some answers. And I went for this camp, and I could just feel like this, like this big warm hug, and just something so warm. And I could just hear this voice saying, I love you. And I've never heard I love you being so meaningful. It was like, oh my God, I am accepted. I think for me, I was happy all these years was because I would try to be happy. The truth was, deep within me, there was always a need for acceptance. There was always a need that my friends would love me the way I am. My parents would love me the way I am. Of course, like every other house, there was sibling rivalry, and there was so much in my mind at that moment. But when I heard those 3 words, saying I love you, it just broke the spirit in me. It was like, ouch, what is this? I knew it was something different. I didn't know what happened to me for a moment, but it's like this peace that I just can't explain. It was just like, wow, this is like a glimpse of something so beautiful. And it was, for that moment, it went, but I knew there was one experience that made me believe that there's someone out there who loves me just the way I am. And my parents could see the change, my extended family could see the change, my friends could see the change, and of course sometimes it would be like, hey, you're not the same, but then they would say, oh, we think you're getting better. And so, but it was difficult. It was surely difficult because it's hard to hurt people you so love, but there's a greater joy in knowing that the God I was now beginning to serve would take care of the problems that I was scared of. And what I liked about Jesus was that there's so much to him. He was not just a friend to me, he was not just a father, but he was my healer. I was absolutely toned down about this one incident where I had a ligament tear, and I was told that I wouldn't be able to dance, and I love dancing. Dancing was my passion, and This was just when I was getting to know God as to God, if you're there, you'll have to show me you're there. And I was healed instantly. And for me, because I came from a different faith, I was awestruck because I knew this is not just a God who speaks, but He's a God who keeps His promises. And because I started reading the Bible and I started seeing that, wow, this God makes promises. And a bigger wow, because this God keeps His promises. He just didn't stop at saying, I love you, but He went on to die for me. He made me want to be a better person, only because I can see what He's done for me. And I just love God because He's so real. And He's somebody I can talk to. He's somebody who just understands how I feel.